Hey everybody. Well, yeah, I guess I'm doing another update video now. Yay. um, but there's good news. This isn't just another excuse for why I haven't worked on my 160th Axia. Today, I'm here to show you my 160th Axia because for all intents and purposes, for now anyway, he is finished. And so, without further ado, here you go. This is a pretty big kit. Pretty lightweight considering it's a kit of this size, but most of it is hollow since it's mostly a no-grade kit. It's like essentially a big blown-up high grade. But I think it turned out okay. Although, I would be lying to say that this was an easy project. And it was just problem after problem after problem. Things I had to redo, or things that weren't working properly, or things that broke. You know, if you've ever had, and I think Henry over at Vegeta259 mentioned it, you know, every once in a while we all have one of those kits that just really takes you for a ride and just kicks the crap out of you. For me, this was that kit. I was not expecting it to take this long or to be this difficult to complete what I assumed would be a very simple project. I mean, it's a high grade. Come on. It shouldn't be that hard, but like I say, inconvenience after inconvenience, things going wrong, stupid mistakes on top of just unpredictable things that go wrong, things breaking, things I had to redo. Overall, I just was very frustrated with this kit. One of the things that really gave me a hard time were all these little sort of rubber bits, like on the legs here, the back of the arms, and especially here on the sides of the shoulders. See, because the color they come in by themselves is very, very similar, as it turns out, to the color I ended up choosing for my white. It's sort of an off-white, sort of blue-gray color. I mean, I wanted it light, and I wanted it almost looking like a white, but I didn't want it like bright white. You know. And this ended up, among all the choices I had, being the best. And once I'd painted everything, I then went to look at the rubber bits, which I knew I had to paint something else, or wanted to paint something else. And yeah, it turned out they were very similar. Too close for my taste. So I had to I first tried painting them with some kind of an enamel from Testors. It flaked right off. I mean, even with primer, it flaked right off. And then I tried, because I remembered from my master grade Goof version 2.0, I was trying to paint the heat rod for that, which is made out of a similar material. And other paints and things were flaking right off. But I remembered, lacquer paints work on that. At least better than anything else that I'd tried. So I got a light pearl blue Tamiya spray paint. I painted the stuff with that first, let that dry. And then I top coated that with this Valspar pink pearl top coat spray. It comes in a small miniature can. It's kind of hard to find nowadays. I just had it on hand from earlier on when I was at a Michael's Arts and Crafts store. So I'm pretty sure you can at least find it there. But anywhere else, I'm not sure at all. They may not even make it anymore for all I know. But I digress. I top coat it with some of that. And this seems to work a little better. But even when I am careful, I notice that as I'm moving the arm, let's say, this bends and then the paint cracks. It doesn't flake off though, so it's staying on rather well. But because this paint isn't meant to flex, it's cracking. Which means that if it really does come down to it, this stuff could end up falling off and looking like crap eventually, but well, we'll cross that bridge when we get there. For now, I am just glad to be able to call this project done, for the most part. I have yet to do the panel lining, and there's a few things that might need my attention otherwise, but for now, I'm ready to call it finished. And some of the things I did besides the rubber bits that I didn't show off in a work in progress video was the beam saber. I just found a neon pink Testors enamel paint. It comes in a tiny little jar, and I thin that down, spray it through my airbrush, works great. The GN condensers, I took some of my apple barrel acrylics. This was sort of a long shot. I didn't know if this was going to work, but I took that kind of a paint. I mixed my own neon yellow and neon blue together to make a custom neon green, sort of a more blue-green, and sprayed that through my airbrush onto all these GN condenser bits on the arms and the legs and the sides of the head. The chest, however, I had to do by hand because I didn't think while I was doing these bits. I didn't think to take the chest piece outside, mask everything that needed to be masked, and then spray that. No, I forgot to do that. Stupid me. But when I came back inside, luckily I had enough of the pre-mixed paint that I was able to slowly build up layer after layer after layer after layer, and eventually I got a nice looking chest jewel. And between the beam saber and the condensers, it all glows under black light, and it all looks pretty cool. And eventually I do plan to show this off along with, yes, I haven't forgotten, my Master Grade Gundam Titanium Finish 2.0, my Master Grade Char Zagak, and my High Grade Reborn's Gundam. But I figured because it's getting much, much colder outside and the weather's being a lot less cooperative, I'm probably going to have more time indoors anyway with which to do my videos, do my filming. And I won't have to worry about being able to go outside and paint a kit that I'm working on before I don't have a chance to do it again. I almost ran into that problem with Axia here, but luckily I had a day where the weather cleared up real nice, 70 degrees outside, it was beautiful, so I really just went to town on this thing. I just did everything I could to get it done, and I managed to do enough. So I'm very happy with that, and very happy that I can call this kit complete. I may go back and do panel lining. I may go back and do a couple other little things here and there. I don't know. But for now, I might as well savor the moment of having completed this thing without too many problems. And I think I'm going to keep him like this for a while now. And just be able to say, yes, I finished this, before I end up screwing up the panel lining or something else. Because, you know me, I've got the Midas touch. Anything I touch turns to crap. So, you know. Anyway, that's that for Axia. And I'm glad that all of you have been patient enough to stick with me all this time. And I hope it's paid off, in your opinion. So anyway, with that done, other news. Well, normally I don't gush about upcoming gunpla, but I am really excited for Tall Geese. The Master Grade New Gundam version Ka is looking awesome. And a few of the other releases are looking kind of nice. That, oh, what is it? Is it the Rosen Zulu from Unicorn, that high grade? That's looking pretty cool. And a few other things here and there which look kind of nice, but aren't that big of a deal to me. Mostly for me, it's Tall Geese, New Gundam, and, well, I guess that's about it for me. Yeah. But speaking of new kits, I picked up recently, as a celebration for acquiring a new job, I picked up as a celebration a new kit, sort of, that I've been wanting to get for years and years and years and years now, but just always kept putting it off for newer things, better things. But anyway, I went to my local hobby store in Celebration and saw this there. Master Grade EZ8. And this, of course, is based upon the Master Grade Ground Type Gundam, which is another kit that I've really been wanting to get for a long time. In fact, all of the Master Grade kits from the 8th MS team from this mold. You know how you've got the Ground Type and the GM and then this. All of them look really good, really nice. And having looked at this a little more, I'm really impressed by what I see, considering this kit is 12 years old now, released back in 2000. And considering that, it looks really nice. And so I was thinking of picking up the Ground Type Gundam as well, and maybe even one of the GMs, because the design of those GMs, for some reason or another, just sticks with me. I really like them. And, well, anyway, I have some plans for this. I'm not really going to paint it. Not the whole thing, anyway. Because for the most part, the colors that come in the box are pretty accurate to what I would want them to be anyway. And not different enough that I would want to change them. Except for a few instances. Like, for example, if you notice here, you've got the shield in a sort of brighter white, and then you've got like the machine gun ammo packs in sort of that ivory color, sort of an off yellow white. And that's the color that the plastic comes in. Okay, so, and yet the shield comes in that color too. The blue here on the shield also matches sort of this teal color that is on the chest, which also is pretty good on the plastic. But this blue and this white correspond to the colors that belong to the original Ground Type Gundam. And if you watch the anime, or the OVA, you notice that when this guy is carrying around its guns and shield, those pieces are in a darker, sort of more gray color than the sort of ivory white of the EZ8. And so I want to reflect this in the kit itself. So I'm really trying to experiment with colors here, and I bought a bunch of colors and I'm mixing them together and seeing what kind of ratios play out to look right in comparison to the plastic. And then I'm going to do all the work that needs to be done. I'm going to try is the key word here, to maybe do some of like the grime details, you know, some dry brushing, some weathering like that, just very light detailing like that, and see what I can do and if I can pull it off at all. And whatever I wind up in the end, I'm going to top coat it after I put on the decals and stuff in a flat coat. And that way, even the plastic pieces will look like they were painted. And because the color is right where I want it anyway, there's no real need to go out, buy the same color in paint, paint it, then top coat it, then panel line it. It's a pain in the butt. Why bother? I'll just top coat this and it'll look great. Except, of course, I'm going to be coloring the extra weaponry and whatever into the specific colors I choose. And then that'll be my custom touch to the project. But anyway, I'm very glad to have this, and I will have an unboxing video for this posted relatively soon. So I hope you look forward to that. And apart from that, a couple other things. For a while now, I've been without the internet, and that's part of the reason why I haven't posted a video lately. I should be getting something back soon, hopefully. Could be a while. I may have to go to a different person to upload this video, maybe. I'm not sure, but anyway, yeah, I've been out of a internet connection for a while now, and so hopefully I'll get it back soon, and then when I do, I'll be able to post my unboxing video for the Easy 8 and whatever else too. So I hope you look forward to that whenever that time rolls around. But in regards to making videos, sort of a bit of unfortunate news, I guess, regarding this camera. For one thing, there's a couple problems here, and together, the both of them, they're sort of leading me to the conclusion that I may want to buy a new camera. Which kind of sucks, because apart from these two problems, this is a pretty nice camera, in my opinion, and it's worked pretty well until now. But one thing that's been going wrong lately is, and I'm not positive this is the camera's doing, or maybe it's the memory card, or some combination, but whatever it is, I find that when I'm recording certain videos, sometimes it will just shut down, and stop recording, all on its own. Even if I've got tons of data left, tons of memory, or a lot of battery life left, it doesn't matter. It seems like at any random chance, one of my video clips will just stop recording after about 10 seconds or a minute, or whatever it is. It's very random and it's unpredictable, and I don't know what exactly is causing it, but it's kind of a problem in some instances. But even that I could tolerate or work around. But this next problem is a bit bigger. Somehow there's a piece of dust or debris stuck inside of the lens of this camera. Now, this is not like a digital SLR where you can take the lens off and then work with that. That would be tricky enough, and having somebody else do it, that would be expensive enough as it is. But this is a closed lens system, as they call it. It's housed inside the body of the camera itself. It's just a regular old little point and shoot. I mean, it's a nice one, but because it's a point and shoot, because the lens is a part of the camera itself, taking it apart has two implications. One, it would cost nearly as much as half the cost of this camera itself just to have somebody do this, to clean that out, to take it apart and reassemble it and all that. And even after they've done that, having opened everything up, it will compromise the security of the lens itself further, because you'll just run the risk of getting more dust onto the lens again. I mean, this may even be like factory glue that dislodged from the lens somehow. I mean, I'm not even sure what happened or when. I just noticed that when I was outside one day taking a bunch of pictures, after I would pan the camera into the light, even just indirect light, but if it's bright enough and you're at the right focal length, you will see this huge ugly blur at the center bottom of the frame, and it is just very distracting and ruins perfectly decent pictures otherwise. And between all these variables, I'm thinking it may just be time to get a new camera. And it's not that I really want to, because I'd have been perfectly content to keep using this one if it weren't for these problems. But now it seems my hand is kind of forced if I'm going to keep doing videos or have a good camera ready for outdoor shots or what have you. So, but I mean, with my new job, I should be able to save up for one reasonably soon, I guess. Hopefully, anyway. And whenever I do get something, whatever it is, I'll be sure to show you guys, and maybe even do a comparison video between this camera and whatever new one I buy. Kind of like what I did when I bought this camera, and I compared it to my Sony Handycam. So maybe I'll do that, but at any rate, I'm kind of getting ahead of myself. For now, I kind of don't want to do too many videos. I mean, stuff like this, it's fine, but if I'm going to be doing photo shoots and I'm, you know, recording in any direction towards a decent light source, you're going to see the dust and it's going to destroy the images, and it's just going to be completely counterproductive, and I just sort of don't want to do that. So until I get a new camera, certain videos at least are probably going to be on hiatus until I can do something better. So yeah, there's been some bad news and there's been some good news lately for me, but overall I'm doing alright, and hope you guys are too. And pretty much that's all there is to say for the update here. So thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video, and until the next time, catch you later everybody. Take care.